in Montreal, Canada. It certainly has been a memorable one as the women come out to get ready for the floor exercise. Mai Murakami, if she's not the sentimental favorite for a lot of people right now to come out of here with a medal, come so close in the all-around, incredibly close in the balance beam as well. And I love Tim Daggett because he's always got my back. Indianapolis was also the site of a World Championships. I guess it wasn't that big a deal because Kim Zmeskal just won her first ever all-around title for the United States women. But so this is the 4th World Championships in North America.
And someone that would have been out on the floor right now is Kim Zmeskal with her star pupil, Regan Smith, who qualified into the floor as the #1 spot. But that injury immediately prior to the all-around championships for Regan took her out of not just all-around, but floor finals as well, where she was leading, as I said.
And there she is, making her debut at the World Championships. She won silver on vault, in which was also a tight competition. Some think she deserved the gold. She'll have a chance to win gold here on floor exercise. And that young lady, she can tumble.
Qualified in 3rd place on the floor exercise.
Great Britain will have a representative here on the floor exercise as well, Claudia Fragapane. And here's the hometown favorite.
Representing Canada, Elizabeth
And had a great championships here, getting the silver medal, but then faltering on balance beam. And I'll tell you what, she is a very competitive young lady, and she will not want to finish or conclude her worlds that way.
Representing Brazil,
And Ellie Black, by the way, is the gymnast who got in because of Regan Smith.
Another injury at these Worlds was Rebecca Andrade from Brazil, who re-injured a knee that with a torn ACL on it.
Championship silver medalist on floor.
And she's been around a long time. The 2nd representative from Italy in these floor finals, Vanessa Ferrari.
11 years ago, she was the best in the world in the all-round. 2006, and she is still going. Amazing.
La finale féminine au sol. This is the women's floor final.
Introductions are complete. They'll make their way over to the floor exercise. It's center stage here at Montreal Olympic Stadium.
That young lady right there, Brooklyn Moores, looking forward to her routine. Beautiful, beautiful gymnastics. Her sister, floor champion before her, Victoria Moores.
Brooklyn will be the 2nd gymnast up in the rotation. Mai Murakami gets the often tough first spot, but we saw on the parallel bars, Zhou Jingyan, he won it from the first spot, and she has got a routine that could do it.
One of the most powerful female athletes in the world. Super difficult tumbling.
She qualified 2nd into these event finals, but the gymnast who qualified 1st is Regan Smith.
Quad turn a little bit better than she did in the all-around, actually. Watch this.
Not only was that super difficult, but very well controlled on that landing. been a great routine so far. Needs to land on her feet.
Well, we won't see anything more difficult than that, and I don't know if we'll see anything better executed. What a way to start the floor final.
Was so close to winning that all-around title, came off of the balance beam.
And then the beam finals again with that 4th place finish. But man, she came off the floor, she pumped her fist. It's like she knew this is it. You're not taking this one away.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think she deserves a podium finish for sure. Just gorgeous, double twisting, double back.
Had the highest potential score in the qualifying along with Regan Smith at a 15.8. There's a couple that competed 15.7s, but what really was fabulous about this routine are the landings. The biggest hop backwards or step was at the end, but even that is on the bubble of being only 1/10 of a point off.
And this could be pretty historic if she finds herself on that podium. Japan's only women's floor exercise world medal came in 1954.
Do you remember that one, Tim?
And that was a bronze medal, so she's, of course, hoping for at least that. But yeah, I think she could possibly win the gold. She could
do it all, yes, absolutely. We just saw it happen on parallel bars. It's a rarity in the sport of gymnastics, going first up and coming home with the top spot, but
be so good they can't deny you a 14.233, 2/10 lower than her score in qualifications, but that extra difficulty score of 5.9.
Yes, even higher than she did in the qualifying. And remember, the different judging panels on the floor, so they're all going to react slightly differently.
So here's Brooklyn Morse from Canada in her first World Championship. She finished 15th in the all-around.
I love this routine.
I was just about to say, it is just absolutely gorgeous.
And her tumbling, her first tumbling run is very similar to what Ukrainian Lilia Podkapayeva did to secure an Olympic all-around gold medal way back in 1996. But Lilia still considered one of the all-time greats in the sport of gymnastics. She's going to do a handspring double front with a half turn. Just a handful of people in the world even think about doing this.
Yeah, Lilia Podkapayeva was actually one of my idols, someone that I watched and inspired me.
It's right off the top. Great. Well, you can't fake art. If it makes you feel something, that's the definition, and I sure did.
Absolutely stunning. Not quite as difficult as we just saw from Mai, but just absolutely gorgeous. earlier this week actually won the prize of elegance that is awarded at every World Championship competition. Very well deserved.
Elvira Sadi, her coach, congratulating her. So this is that. No, it's not. I thought we were going to look at the Podkapaeva on floor, 2.5 to a punch front. That, at the very end, was potentially the biggest deduction in the exercise out of that front flip. Here is that mount not again.
Pulling you today, Tim.
Doing that extra jump out of it, that way she doesn't incur any deductions for stepping.
I loved that, though, just this whole
The dance
here.
is just brilliant. Every little move just done with so much elegance.
Like you said, though, Nastia, it was phenomenal, but it not as well executed as Mai from Japan, certainly. So her sister was so great on floor as well, as I said, actually the originator of a double twisting double layout on floor. Uber difficult.
So the Canadian crowd loved it. Now it's just a matter of what the judges thought of it. A 13.65 in second place. Appropriate, according to our analysts. Nice job from her, but right now, Mai Murakami, she owns the floor exercise. Can she hold on to that top spot and maybe win her first medal at these World Championships? "41 years ago in Montreal, Canada, it was the 1976 Olympics, and one of the most iconic moments in the history of gymnastics. Nadia Comaneci gets the first perfect 10 in the Olympic Games. It all took place here in Montreal.
It was so unthought of that they couldn't even display it on the scoreboard. It said 1.0, but everybody knew it was the first 10.
This is Jade Carey. This was event finals, the first event finals for the women, the vault, and she had a great chance to win gold. She ends up with silver. This is her first vault.
Well, this is where she secured her silver, in my opinion, and probably gave away the gold. It's unreal power. Look at the height, but right there, those two bounding step forward. If she had had only one, she would have brought home the gold. She did in warm-ups vaults that were far superior to that. It's got every quality that you look for on vaulting except for that right there. You gotta freeze and don't even move.
So now a chance to add a second medal. Jade Carey, floor exercise for the United States.
And so significant because she came out of nowhere. She wasn't even considered what we call an elite gymnast capable of competing at the Worlds last year.
Well, this is going to be rather interesting because that was probably the best floor routine that we have ever seen from Jade Carey.
And then some.
Wow.
How nervous is Mai Murakami right now?
Well, you know, Mai definitely has a slight edge on her. She had a 15.9 potential score. In qualifications, Jade had a 15.7.
That is not just her coach, but her father as well. And he is one proud papa right now. Look at the height and the amplitude. Double twisting double. She could do another twist. Wow. She has had a stratospheric rise in the sport of gymnastics. As I was saying before, was a junior Olympic athlete last year.
Was spotted at a level 10 competition by the national staff, was invited to a national team training camp, competed at the national championships, made that national team, and here she is. Already has a world silver medal, most likely adding another medal. We'll just have to see what color that is.
Full in at the end. You don't see that from female gymnasts or male gymnasts very often. Just for perspective, that's what Simone dismounted with in the Olympic Games when she won not only all-around, but team and floor exercise titles. Congrats,
Dad loves it. And Morgan Hurd's got 2 medals. Can Jade Carey get a second of her own?
So Mai Murakami, like you said, Nastia had that 15.9 potential score, but she had an 8.333 execution score.
Oh! A 14.2, and it was close.
Oh.
0.033. Jade Carey sits in the second spot, and you know, it's funny. You get a little and you just want more. A year ago, she's at a junior competition, and now on the floor of the World Championships. She's disappointed not to be in first place right now.
Wow. 3. This is our third heartbreakingly close final.
This is Great Britain's Claudia Fragapane, also a big tumbler.
Oh boy, and right there, off the top, we saw her warm up, a rebound out of that, and she was over-rotated, very close to going out of bounds. I'm not quite sure if she did. Well, her mount was super difficult, but had errors. But after the mount, she had some really great landings.
Had the same difficulty score as Jade.
I can't imagine that it will challenge either Jade or Mai Murakami. Brooklyn Moores, a 13.65, holds the bronze medal position at this point. So here's that mount. Now look at the landing here. You see that step? And I do not see that heel touching red. She actually was on the British equivalent of the Dancing with the Stars, Strictly Come Dancing. Said it was a great experience. She wanted to do it to help her with the artistic component of the sport. She came away with a 4th place finish. But a very powerful athlete. And look at this at the end. Double pike and then wham, right there. No movement at all.
So better than a 13.65 gets her on the podium. And again, the top spot currently held by Mai Murakami is a 14.233. Her coach loves it.
Zane, please, please, please.
And it is going to get her on the podium for the time being, a 13.933. So Brooklyn Morse is bumped off.
I think they got that right, though. I really do. It should not have broken into the top two. It is so painful to wait. This would be somewhat unprecedented if the first leadoff on parallel bars and floor can hold on to win the big prize. That would be amazing.
When Regan Smith went out of the floor finals, this young lady moved in. Ellie Black, this is the event that she clinched the all-around silver medal.
Gonna be curious to see if she upgrades some of her difficulty for the floor final here. I know she's capable of it. Oh boy. And that was not just 1 foot. I believe the other heel was also out of bounds. 1 foot out, it's a 10th. If both are out, 3/10 off.
About in the all-around competition, only dismounted with a double twist. We'll see if she upgrades here.
And she does significantly, but I think she pays the price for it.
So probably a smarter move that she did in the all-around finals that helped her clinch the silver medal.
And Tim Daggett mentioned it. We don't know if Ellie Black is going to retire after this competition, but if she does, Ellie Black, an amazing career. You are the greatest female gymnast Canada has ever had.
So this is very difficult starting. 2.5 twisting layout into this double tuck, but let's look at, yes, that right heel was definitely out of bounds. That doesn't mean that the judge from their perspective is going to see it, but 1 foot, a 10th.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No question. And I would be surprised if they didn't see that as well. But I tell you what, she really upped her game at the end, doing that front layout full to a double pike.
A huge upgrade from the double full dismount we saw in the all-around finals, where she definitely played it safe.
And here it is right here, but look at her chest position as she lands way down and a bound forward.
But good for her for going all out, adding some difficulty in the floor finals. In a week that she will remember for the rest of her life, competing at the World Championships in front of a home crowd, making history for her country.
So that 12.9 does not get Ellie Black onto the podium, and it also guarantees Mai Murakami will get a medal. We don't know for sure what color it is, but for her, a bit of relief and certainly a bit of joy finally getting on that podium. It's Thais Santos from Brazil, our next gymnast.
She is also a first-year senior gymnast, is 16 years old, the age that you have to be to compete in a World or Olympics Games.
Very close to the edge.
I think she went out. I think those toes were in the red.
Beautiful.
And another really great floor routine, super difficult tumbling, and done well.
Brazil has not won a world medal on the floor exercise since 2003. And of course, it was a gold medal, Diana dos Santos.
Watch this, though. A lot of gymnastics here. 1.5 twisting layout into an Arabian double front, which is very difficult. And you know what? I misspoke because
John was right.
From that view, I would have to say she did not go out of bounds. But look at that. A whip back into a triple full. Did this so easy. A lot of gymnasts, when they're doing a double back with a full twist, they got to get their hands on their legs and pull like crazy. She doesn't even do that. It's in an open position, which makes it much more difficult.
Just explodes off that floor. Slow motion really gives you an idea of that amplitude.
They have very high hopes for this young lady. Had a chance to talk with some of the Brazilian Federation team members. Just wanted her to stay within herself and not worry about Catalina Ponar or Reagan Smith or Morgan Hurd.
13.666 puts her in 4th place, just outside of the medal. Claudia Fragapan will stay in the 3rd spot, and with that score, Jade Carey is guaranteed a medal, at least a bronze, possibly a silver, depending on what this young lady does. 2006 World All-Around Champion Vanessa Ferrari, 26 years of age, still going strong.
That was bad. Nowhere near.
And that looked...
enough rotation on that.
Yeah, that looked bad. And we are not even going to begin to talk about what that is. Obviously, it's not good. Our hearts go out to Vanessa Ferrari. So we're going to clean up this floor exercise final, have the results when we come back. So that that is your floor exercise world champion for 2017, Mai Murakami, and well-deserved. A couple close calls earlier in this competition. Couldn't quite get that medal. A big one for Japan, and you got to think, looking ahead 3 years, Mai Murakami has got to be eyeing Tokyo in 2020. Tears of joy for her. Ellie Black, maybe a career, we don't know. Jade Carey gets her second medal of these world championships, but unfortunately that has got to be heavy on the minds of everyone in this arena right now. Vanessa Ferrari getting carried off, and talk about a young lady that's had a great career of her own. We just hope it's not too serious, and we hope we do get to see her again, because she has been a lot of fun to watch. She's done a lot of great gymnastics, and right now, unfortunately, this has got to be a low point. We wish all the best to Vanessa. Speedy recovery, and, you know, not to go back to the well, but injuries have kind of been somewhat of the theme of this World Championships, and
too many.
Too many.
On the men's and women's side, a lot of people have complained about the lighting. But wow, took herself out of the all-around. And Jade Carey, though, comes to her first major international event. And she kind of maybe gave away the gold on floor, on vaulting, but I think she earned the silver on floor.
Really was, in my opinion, the best I've ever seen her do. And, you know, she came into this year really unsure about her elite career, if this was going to be the only year, but we definitely hope to see more of Jade Carey in the future.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what she decides to do. She's committed to Oregon State to compete collegiately. I know there is gymnastics fans, not just in the United States, but around the world, that would love to see her back on the big international floor. And let's not forget the bronze medalist, Claudia Fragapan, getting her first world medal. We're going to have the most exciting event in all of gymnastics, men's high bar final, right around the corner.